What's up, you guys? Jacob Alice here, and today I am going to tell you about my info. What's my info? I'll tell you. The way my lifestyle works is I do drawings, I cook interesting food, I make horror stories, I rap, and I'm a partial comedian. So that's kind of a bonus, and I'll tell you each and every one of those. For cooking, I haven't started it since I was like probably 16 or 17. When I was on Facebook, I was like going through the internet, and all of a sudden I went through this website called Tasty, and I was like, oh, that's not that bad, and I looked through it, and there's like some really good, interesting food. You can like make one of those cinnamon caramel balls, or one of those Oreo poke cakes. You learn a lot from that type of stuff, and it's actually good. And I mean, hell, you once you learn from that, you can become a cook or something, be an interesting chef, you know. And I've been cooking like lots of different things, like buffalo chicken dip, a funnel cake. Um, well, funnel cake I looked up on Google. What else did I make? Oh, well, if you see it on the video, I'll just throw it up on there anyways. The horror stories, I started that since I was like probably sophomore or junior year, and it's still up to this day. I throw like uh, lots of different horror stories from like movies, urban legends, myths, creepypastas, all that type of stuff. And then I just like put all of them together, and I throw them on this website called Halloween Heist. And I don't know why Halloween Heist. I don't know. That's the only name I can think of. Also throw in my stories, like probably some recognizable that's kind of popular on my side. Inuyasha, The Hollow Wife, Sandman, and The Paid Piper. Those are the only. Oh, and Red Riding Hood. Those are the stories I kind of made up and uh, made just for fun and all. And I do have a dark side, and I always think of like, I don't know, like either like Stephen King and R.L. Stein style, like you have the beginning, middle, and then a twist or something. I don't know, but that's how I would do it. But my personal favorite story would be Inuyasha, because he's he kind of looks, sounds similar to The Ring or something, you know, but I made everything differently, and I made that story has become so popular, and it was my first story that I made. It ended up becoming my favorite. And the funny thing is, I ended up told this story to one of my friends, and he ended up having a nightmare about that story. So I kind of laugh about that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And some kids asked me, "It's like, when are you gonna make more stories?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know." And they asked me, "Was like, what's your next story?" I was like, "Oh, probably, I don't know, Sandman, or uh, the Road to Execution, that type of stories." So they were through. I was like, "I can't wait to read your stories." And I was like, "Okay." And if you want to know about my stories that I make, I will make it in the next video, and I would talk about each and every one of the stories that I made. For a comedian, I started since I was like in middle school, and for some reason I just want to be popular. I just want to be recognized, and the way I started is like I injure myself like Jackass show, or like crack some messed up stories about my life, or I don't know, like probably made up stories that they like. They didn't care what type of stories. They just want to laugh about the jokes, and I like making people laugh. I really do. It brightens my day. I I was taught their favorite story. Well, there's this kid named Braxton. He always says talking about that cat story. I was like, what's that? What cat story? I was like, you know, the door thing. And to give you a heads up, I'll tell you this story. When I was like younger, when I was over at my grandma's house, I was like coming from the bathroom, probably get a towel or something like that, and all of a sudden you hear is ring, ring, ring. I looked around, I was like, what the hell is that? So I keep trying to shut my door, or try to shut the door. And I hear an ear, 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 ear. And I was like, what the hell is that sound? Why is that door ain't gonna shut? So it dawned on me, and I decided to look down, and I saw the cat's tail flapping around the door. I decided to let her go because I didn't mean to. I probably either bruised it or broke her tail. I don't know, but her tail's still working. But you guys don't have to worry about that cat. That it's dead. Um, I didn't kill it. I didn't do anything. It was old. It got to his age, and yeah. So not my fault. That's just some sort of weird event. But anyways, I started from middle school to high school, and I was a class clown. And some of the teachers they like me because I listen to them and they listen to me, and I crack a lot of jokes, and they started liking it, loving it. And some of the teachers I ended up becoming friends with, like Mr. Ross and Miss Grooms. For some reason, I ended up becoming friends with the principal, surprisingly, which everyone, like, for some reason dislikes because, well, to understand him, he's like a father figure, you know. He just wants you to try to stay out of trouble, make you the perfect person instead of like being stupid, you know. But I guess that's how high school works and all. So. But anyways, back to being a comedian. I was starting cracking jokes. Some of the teachers liked me, some of them didn't, because some of them are douchebags. And I ended up becoming so popular in high school, making a lot of jokes. I ended up becoming like probably part of some sort of class parade or something like that. I don't know. I was one of the runner-ups or something. I don't know, but that it would have been fucking awesome if I became like king of the prom or something like that, but it never happened. But hey, at least I'd be part of a life's greatest event, and you know, be part of the parade, waving the people, throwing candy at the kids. Um, yeah, drawing is my whole lifestyle since I started as a kid. I started drawing and it looked sloppy. It looked like a blob, you know. I mean, try to figure out what am I supposed to draw and all. And my first perfect drawing that I did was it was like in middle school, and I was supposed to draw this some sort of project for recycling or something like that. I don't know, but all I can remember was I drew a most perfect, beautiful cherry blossom tree. I mean that means something. You keep nature like alive from our disaster. You know, I mean like throwing trash or um, that type of stuff. And I just made the roots like into words and all, and tree blooming and I thought it was pretty nice and all, and everyone was like, "Oh, wow!" And then I decided like, "Oh, let's judge it." And next, I found out that my drawing didn't end up being part of it. It didn't win. I was so ashamed. I was mad. But I ended up starting drawing more. I was like, let's keep this a down low. I don't want to like tell anybody that I do this type of a hobby because I don't want to look stupid, you know. But since I got into high school, I was drawing more pictures and all the kids was starting getting so surprised, like I was some sort of professional, and they was like, "Wow, you are the most awesome drawer. Can you draw mine? Help me out?" And I was like, "For real?" And they said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." So I started helping some kids out by help them draw and how do I do this and all that type of stuff. And the most perfect drawing that I did was what was it? It was some sort of a black guy with some sort of an instrument. I mean, it was the most talented drawing, and everyone started liking it. And it ended up being a hallway, and it was like posted up on the wall so that everyone can see. And it was like, "Oh, I like this guy's drawing." I was, "Who drew this?" And all of a sudden, they look at the name, and it has my name on it, and they come up to me, and it's like, "You know what? You should make more drawings. You're the most talented person I've ever seen." And I was like, okay, so I started to get everything out and sharing my drawings and sharing them on Facebook. Everyone started liking it, and some of the kids offered me this, like, "You know what? If you draw me something, I'll give you such and such money, and whatever." And I was like, "Okay, I'll take the job," And and I started making it, and I hardly ask anybody like, does anybody want me to draw them something? Or, well, sometimes I draw and ask them, but uh, never ask them for money or anything like that because that would make me a greedy and some sort of a tightwad. But I'm not that type of person. But if they want to ask and they want to offer, that's fine. But I'm not. I just don't care. I mean, hey, neither way it works. I mean, this type of art style is my job, and it actually became my job. I started making YouTube videos since sophomore, and I only made like one video. And after I made one video, it was a memorial for my sister, and I was so hurt that day. I was so depressed, and something tells me that you should make a memorial for your sister. And I was thinking, how do I do that? So I keep on thinking. I was like, maybe I should make a video on YouTube. So I made my first video. It wasn't that good. I shouldn't. Well, I was new. I was still learning, and I used some sort of a YouTube tools, and I didn't have like Windows 10 videos or um, what was that? Not what was that? What I'm using right now. But I was trying to figure out what am I going to do. So I thought of a song called uh, My Immortal by Evanescence. And then I was just like getting all the pictures together, and I was just like slapping them on like from left to right, and then I just made a video, and I let people listen to that music and just look at the video, and I talking about at in the description, and it says like who she really was and what she was, and she was a good sister, a fighting buddy, and all that stuff. And that was my first video. It was a heartwarming. It brought everyone to tears and actually surprised me because that was it was just perfect for them. And then I started making more videos like hey, reaction videos. Oh God! And I was starting to end up grabbing green screen videos, and I was like adding them to my videos so that way I can make my channel funny.
Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees. Totally impractical, they all do it.
And throwing videos to the side of the screen, like probably to where my hand is at, and just shows the audience what I'm watching when I'm reacting to the video. And I know a few friends of mine that started YouTube, which is Not Just Human 69 and Deal With It Gaming for the win. And they started hitting me up. I was like, hey, watch my channel, watch my channel. I was like, okay. So I watched their channel, and they're doing a pretty good start. Deal With It Gaming for the winning. He starts like mostly Minecrafts and some other random games. And he showed me one of his videos about Five Nights at Freddy's. At the end, when he was about to lose, he pussied out and was like, I'm done. I'm not gonna react. Is it done? And I was saying later on, he comes right back, and he looked at it, he's like, is it done? Is it done? And all of a sudden, Freddy Fazbear decided to pop up the screen. He instantly just dropped like he got shot. And Joey, he ended up making his videos. His is also about gaming too. So I got two friends that does gaming and all. And they're both trying to make everything fun and all. But I also had to help one of them out because they've been dealing some fuck shit by other people on YouTube, and it's like some fucking horrible comment saying like, oh, your channel is horrible and da 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 da, and one of them popped up that was so fucking horrible, and it's like, this is the worst YouTube channel I've ever seen. You need to kill yourself. And I got some of the comments on the screen, which you would see who exactly that person was, and I comment right back, and I was like, I help my friends out. I mean, if they didn't have any likes or anything like that, either they're friends or I come right around and I just hit like and I watch the video and try to be more supportive. I always be supportive of my friends. And yeah, that's how it starts on YouTube. Being a rapper, I started like rapping some things. Like I listen mostly to, as you can see behind me, I got an Eminem poster. I mostly like him, and then I have 3 Days Grace, which they're also my favorite. Who else do I like? I like Tech9 and of course Evanescence. And then I was talking to part of my I was starting listening to them, and I was trying to rhyme. I was like, and I was trying to master one of the old music, like from Tupac, which I actually did, and it was called Ghost. That was my favorite, and I was starting rapping and starting making other partial rapping, like Zombie from E40. I mastered E40. It was like, I looking from the window and it's thunder and the lightning. One afternoon the sky is black and this brightening. Go howling, look at the growling. Mac was growling, grab my throats. Tune with the beam, and has to stay, got a bastard stay, the stuffer. Pack of the bass with the gutter, kick of the ass with the stepper. Think with the drama. Kiss my dreamings, we're gonna be hazy, no man like the crazy. Once a team with a microphone, to the third zone, the same video belong. To what else motherfucking snow cone, no gun on, no good expo. To what a motherfucker you got to go. To what it is, suck at the butt dope, like with a beating in his hoe. You know? I know I didn't like get part of it right, but I got most of it right. I just I just haven't rapped for that song for the longest, you know. I'm still trying to like get it going and try to get more active. I mastered what was that song? I mastered one of Eminem's song called what was it called? Shake That. And I was starting rapping in school, and everyone was like so fucking satisfied of me. Like they want more out of me. It's like, see what else I can do, you know? Like they would say, rap for us, rap for us. And if they didn't want to talk to me, you know, so I don't know what to say to them. They don't know what to say to me, and I just decided to make more interesting. I was like, so you guys want to hear me rap? And it was like, you can rap? And I was like, yeah, I can rap. And they said, okay. So I started rapping. I may have mumbled, but I can try to speak up louder. And all of a sudden, sometimes they do this, and sometimes they just sit there and listen. And I was starting rapping and all, and some of them were actually surprised, like they really were, and they said, "Wow." I mean, I know I say "wow" in other stories, like I said about like how I draw or how I do my videos and all that stuff, but everyone just wants more out of me for some reason. That's how I do. I just make everything I can be in life, you know. Yeah. So, and if you're following my videos and all, and if you have something like bad comments or anything like that, if I'm starting a channel and all, if you have something bad, don't comment on there. Just keep it to yourself and all. And if you got a problem with that, hey, there's the door. Hit the road. Get bent. You know. And I don't want you guys to talk more some fucked up shit like about religion or something like that, cause I'm religious. I'm a Mormon, and I know I talk some foul language and all, but at the end of the day, at least I repent, and I try my best to not pop some foul languages. If you can't handle what I am and what I do, just hit the road. You know. I mean, I can be friendly. I can be friends with you and all, and that stuff. That's fine. But if you decided to cross me and try to feed me to drugs, and you decide to talk shit about my religion, then there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem, because if I'm around you, and you talk some fucked up shit, then we're not going to be friends, like, at all. I would just delete you and all that stuff instantly, or something. I don't deal with that. If you like believe in God, but you're in a different branch, like if you're a Baptist or something like that, then that's fine. I really understand it. At least you believe in God, you know. But don't talk about my branch. Yeah, that's my info, and I gave you the heads up at the end of the video, and hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, comment below, subscribe, do whatever, and hope you guys understand me, why I am and what I do. And yeah, so thanks for watching.